3 weeks. I got the notification that it was pending pickup from where it originated, and then it sat there for another week, and then it traveled for about another week. And most of that last week traveling, it was overseas. But it was just from where it originated that it took so long. So this is how it's arriving. It's in a basic cardboard box, and it's taped with shipping tape. I had the option to request like a boutique style box, and I did not request that because I thought that would be wasteful, but it looks like they sent it in that style box anyway. And I'm assuming that that's because they wanted to share the best representation of the products that they send. So this is in a box that feels pretty similar to a box you would get in boutique. The text looks very similar. The box is actually in better shape than some of the boxes I've actually gotten from Louis Vuitton, and it does have this magnetic close. It does feel different than ones I've had in the past. Everyone talks about a smell from products like these. I don't smell anything like that. Inside the box, you can see like a little difference in the craftsmanship of the box. Like there's some glue stains on there. This strap I actually expected to be a lot wider. I don't know if I've never seen one from boutique, so I don't know if the ones from boutique are a lot wider than this, but it's not as wide as I imagined it would be. I'm just gonna take the tape off here, or this blue covering, so that we can look at the hardware more closely. I have to say, working with the gentleman who I worked with, he was extremely kind and communicative. The hardware feels very nice. It's lightweight. It does feel like metal. It has, I can't figure out where my camera is. It has Louis Vuitton printed on the hardware. The Shebag, you know, the stitching here doesn't look great on that side, but actually looks pretty nice on this side. Here it says made in France. And the stitching on this side looks fine. And I'll say, one of the things that I hear a lot about bags like this is that the glazing is too bright red, but this glazing is very similar to the color you would get from in boutique. It looks really good. It's not bright red at all. It's like a burgundy. And the hardware has definitely been well protected, so there are no scratches. There's a little bit of vachetta here, also with the glazing. There doesn't seem to be any glazing on the strap that's come from the vachetta attached to the strap. Again, the stitching doesn't look quite as nice, but it is not something that would be noticeable in carrying the bag. I'm being careful to not scratch the hardware with my scissors while I cut the plastic off. Even I know it makes you nervous. Well, it makes me nervous, but I am being careful not to scratch the hardware. So this style is something that when it first came out, I really liked it, but I also thought of it as something trendy that I wouldn't pay full price for. Oh, that moves really nicely. I was just adjusting the strap length and it moved really well. This is a really nice color gold. I don't know if you can tell just based on the natural light and warm light that I have in here, but it's not a super yellow gold. It's the color of the hardware I would expect from boutique. And then the quality of the canvas strap, I mean, it doesn't feel luxurious, but is a canvas strap. I mean, I don't think I would expect much more. And it's definitely sturdy. It's not something that would like break or something. But on this side of the strap and then the back side of the strap, it doesn't say anything. On the model from boutique, I don't know what it says, so y'all would have to tell me, but in general, that's pretty. I'm gonna move the box out of the way and then open the items one by one. So you can I'll keep the strap there in front of you. Here we go. Okay, so it came with this little booklet. I think it's like a pretty close representation of what you would get in a booklet like that. Now this is supposed to have 3 different pieces in it, so it will be interesting. I mean, I'm guessing they packed them all together. Oh, wow. Okay, I have to say, like, the dust bag feels a lot like a dust bag that I have from boutique. The writing, or the printed on writing here is has a different texture, but the actual cloth is really nice. Oh, wow. I'm immediately impressed by how the canvas feels, because I have canvas from boutique that feels almost exactly like this. So this would be the largest item, and I'm just gonna take the tape off here. That one of the biggest worries I had about getting this item not from boutique is that that the canvas would feel weird. And I mean, you can I mean, it is slightly different, but it's really impressive. You can see the tone of the gold is pretty nice. Still working on getting the plastic off. It's really nice that they do this to protect the hardware. The hardware feels good. I don't have so much Louis Vuitton from boutique that I can compare it in great detail for you, but I can tell you that it doesn't feel cheap or look cheap in person. Hopefully you can see. This zipper pull looks pretty nice, but definitely feels different than the one I have from boutique. It feels lighter weight. It feels a little bit more like plastic. These feel a little heavier than the zipper pull feels. The zipper is really nice and smooth. And like, just for those of you who are used to a coated canvas from boutique, this looks and feels and sounds extremely similar. I don't know, if I didn't know the origin of this, if I would be able to tell where this came from. And that's the smaller item. Oh, and we're missing the small, oh wait, maybe it's in there. Okay. There's some silica gel packs. Okay. Inside this larger item, it says Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France, and it has this nice brown thick canvas that is very close to, if not exactly, the color of items I've seen before. I don't have a good sense of smell right now because I have COVID, but I don't think this has like a strong, weird, or chemical smell. And I'm not sure if this is vachetta or not, but it is acting like vachetta. I like that this has a pocket. This is a really nice size for, like, I would totally wear just this. So like the multi-pochette isn't necessarily something I would wear on its own altogether, but the pieces separately, I think I would. So this, just like this, would be a super cute bag to me, for like a concert or something. So far I'm really impressed with them. And the zipper's really nice. Like if anyone like who has Louis from boutique, which I do, touched my bag, felt my bag, looked in my bag for something, I don't think any of them would question its authenticity. All right, I'm gonna move this one here so we can look in the small one. So this is the smaller one. Its measurements are bigger than a mini pochette, but I thought it would be a perfect makeup bag to replace the one that I'm using from Coach that's too small. This will match my Neverfull in monogram, and it'll also match my Petite Noe in monogram. So I don't have to use it like a multi-pochette.
And the stitching. So essentially, you sit down and you start to play with color combinations. This particular bag has this beautiful kind of violet purple, this bright blue, and this yellow. So someone here went for something very bright, very bold. Some people actually prefer to have a plain color on the outside and then a different color on the inside. Finally, to wrap things up, on a resale, Hermes special order bags tend to keep their value amazingly. The only exception to this, imagine if you chose pastel pink and then a really, really bright green, and the colors just don't work together. When that happens, the resale value of your bag may come down. So that's always worth bearing in mind. It's always better to be safe than sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Pop a comment in the box below. Let me know if you were making your own special.
I'm pretty bummed out. I'm pretty sad, you guys. I'm just so sad. Like, I've gone through this a couple times already. I went through this with my Alma BB, and then I went through this with my Locky BB, and then now I'm going through this with the Speedy 25 as well, and it's just very disappointing. I'm just disappointed. I was so excited about this item, and like I couldn't wait for it to arrive, and then when it arrives, this is the condition that it arrived in, and that's just pretty sad. So I was gonna show you guys that I used my Neo Noe today, and I was going to transfer all of my stuff in here into my new bag that I'm going to be carrying every day. But
rectangle sits on her crossbody, and I thought it looks nice, but it's still lower than how I like it, because the Gucci Matelas small moment, the crossbody one, it's adjustable, but the smallest option for the strap, I've put it on there, it's still below my hips, and it's just so sad because I love the bag, so I had to sell it. And yeah, so I heard as well, if I buy the rectangle, there's an option of a chain adjustable, or it's something that you can use. It's a hardware, or it's a small thingy that you can use to adjust the